Alright, what's going on, guys? The second weekend of the Modern Warfare beta is officially over, so I wanted to go ahead and hit you guys with my final review of the game before it comes out. This video is going to kind of add on to my last video that I made after the first weekend because I don't want to just be here repeating myself in both videos, so if you missed that one, definitely go check that one out as well to get some of my more in-depth initial thoughts about everything. But I'm not going to lie, I spent a lot more time on this beta than I predicted. Towards the end, my fingers literally started hurting. That's probably not a good sign. I don't know if that just means that I'm an old man now, or maybe I'm just not used to putting in that much time on the game anymore, because it's been a while since I played Call of Duty this much. But I guess that's a good thing, right? That the game was able to keep my attention for so long, because I want to play Call of Duty, but I'm not going to force myself to play Call of Duty if I'm not enjoying the game. So that being said, let's get into weekend 2. What changed? We got the level cap increased to 30, so we got to try out a couple new guns. We unlocked the FAMAS, which I was pretty excited for, but I gotta keep it real, I was kind of disappointed with it. I know a lot of people do like it, but it just felt a little inconsistent to me. Like, I don't know if I was the only one with that experience, but sometimes I feel like I would kill very quickly with that gun, but other times I felt like it would take like 3 or 4 bursts to kill someone, and I just didn't like the inconsistency of it. I didn't really notice that many people using it. Like, I thought once everyone unlocked it, that was going to be like the #1 most popular gun, but it definitely was not the case, so that was pretty interesting. We also unlocked the Odin. Now, this gun is pretty good. It's a weird gun, but it really might be the best AR in the game. I don't know, I guess it's debatable, but the one thing about this gun is you definitely have to rank it all the way up in order for it to really reach its true potential. You have to have all the proper attachments on it, because without those it's actually pretty bad. But I noticed a lot of the pros were speaking pretty highly about this gun, so I tried it out. Pretty solid. I just kind of feel weird about it. It is a strange gun. It just shoots extremely slow and almost like delayed, but it hits so powerful that it makes it a good gun. It's one of the best guns in the game. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get to unlock any new SMGs, which is kind of disappointing because it looks like there's some good SMGs still in the game to be used. We did get some new kill streaks, which was cool. The AC-130 is back. It's called a gunship. It's exactly like it's always been. Easily the best kill streak in the game, just because of the fact that some of the other kill streaks are pretty easy to shoot down. Like, you can just shoot your gun at them and you could take them down pretty easily. You don't even need like a launcher or anything. Just shoot a couple clips of your gun in there, it'll be gone. The AC-130 is a little bit different since it's much higher up. It's a lot harder to get taken down. We also got the Juggernaut. Never really been a big fan of that kill streak, even from previous Call of Duties. I also don't understand why it costs more kills than an AC-130 when an AC-130 is obviously much better. We also got White Phosphorus, which I don't understand this kill streak. Maybe I'm just not using it correctly. I haven't seen anybody use it correctly. I don't know. But it's like a napalm strike that also ruins the map, basically, and looks like a Moab was called in back in MW3. It's just not worth it at all. I haven't seen anybody use this kill streak and get a lot of kills. Yet it's still an expensive kill streak. It takes quite a bit of kills to earn, so I don't really understand the trade-off on that one. We also got this AGR type thing. That one is actually pretty good. It's a little hard to drive around, but once you get used to it, it will definitely get you a good amount of kills for such a low kill streak, and definitely something I would recommend running. Then one last thing was the stopping power field upgrade. I don't know if everyone realized this, but I was definitely using it the entire weekend. I saw a lot of people who were not aware of this, I guess, or maybe they just didn't want to use it. I don't know why you wouldn't, but it's basically exactly how it sounds. If you guys have played any of the older Call of Duties that have stopping power, once you activate it, your bullets have stopping power. Now, I'm not exactly sure how it works. I believe it's on a timer. So basically, you get stopping power rounds on your gun for like, I don't know, a minute or so, and then they go away. Originally, I thought maybe you would just get like one full clip of them on your gun, but I reloaded the gun and the stopping power bullets were still there. So I'm pretty sure it's on a timer. If anyone else has more accurate information on that, feel free to leave in the comments or something. But it's amazing. If you thought the time to kill in this game was already pretty fast, just wait until you try stopping power, man. It's crazy. It can be one bullet on certain guns, so maybe even overpowered. I don't know if I would go there yet. Once the full game comes out, we might find out that it actually is overpowered, but definitely recommend running that for your field upgrade. And finally, last but not least, of course, they added a 32v32 ground war playlist. The mode is insane. First First of all, let's just get this out of the way. They completely ripped off Battlefield. Okay, we get it. I know it's Battlefield. That being said, I found it pretty fun. I didn't play it that much. I know a lot of people were grinding it. I prefer, the normal 10v10, 6v6, all that sort of stuff. But I did still probably play like 20 games or so of it just to get a feel of it. And I thought it was pretty fun. It's a completely different experience from normal Call of Duty. Like I said, it's pretty much Battlefield. The only thing about that game mode that kind of pissed me off was the tanks. Other than that, I thought it was really fun. They do need to work on the spawns a little bit because in certain situations, people will literally spawn like right in front of you, like a Black Ops 1 spawn trap where you can sit right next to them and just shoot them. Like that's basically what happens in this game mode, only in like certain areas. I think what's happening is they're either A, spawning on a flag, or B, spawning on their teammates, even though maybe that area isn't safe to do so, and then they end up like spawning right in front of you and you just kill them right away. But even though the map is huge, it definitely has something for everyone. Like if you want to run around with a sub or AR, that's perfectly viable. Or if you want to camp on the top of some like huge tower with a sniper and sit up there all game, you can do that as well. Like pretty much suits any playstyle that you want. It's definitely more of like a casual game mode. You'll see a lot of really bad players in there. I mean, I can't really take it that seriously. It's 32v32, but the max party size is 4. If your team doesn't know what they're doing, you're probably not going to win a 4 versus 32. You know what I mean? It's pretty difficult. So I try not to take the mode too seriously. It's just for fun. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it as far as all the new additions. They have some other game modes as well. I don't really mess with any of those. They had like a hyper realistic game mode or something like that. A night vision mode, cyber attack. They brought back the 2v2 as well. I don't really fuck with any of those. I tried that night vision mode just to see what it was like. And my gun was like aiming sideways. I don't even know if I'm explaining this correctly. It was like my guy was like leaning on a wall. You know how you can like lean on walls in this game? But he was just walking around like that. Like he was drunk or something. I don't know if that's how the mode is supposed to be, but I saw that shit. I was like, yeah, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I don't know what's going on, right? So I just kind of stick to more of the fundamentals when it comes to Call of Duty. But that being said, the big question of the day, should you buy this game when it comes out, or should you pre-order it right now? First of all, let me say a couple of the big issues that I would like to see changed before release. Number 1, claymores. The blast radius of claymores in this game is insane. Like it is way too far away. Like there has been multiple occasions where I see a claymore and I'm like, okay, let me just shoot this claymore so it doesn't kill me, thinking that like, I'm pretty far away from it. I'm like 15 feet away from it. I'm thinking, okay, I'm a pretty good distance. I shoot it and then it kills me. And keep in mind, I have on EOD as well. I'm pretty sure even if you have flak jacket, if you shoot a claymore, it will kill you, which is kind of crazy as well. There was one time actually where I was outside of the house on Grozny Raid. I looked in the window, shot the claymore that was inside the house, and it killed me like through the window. Like I was outside the house, the claymore was inside the house, I shot it and it killed me. Like that's how ridiculous it is. So they definitely need to nerf like the radius of them. Like it's just way too far out. And this is coming from someone that uses double claymores. Like that's pretty much the reason I use double claymores, is because they're so good. Number 2, kill streaks need to cycle, because as of right now they do not. So in order to earn a new set of kill streaks after you earn them all, you have to die first, which is obviously pretty counterintuitive to the game. You're not trying to die. I should never want to die on purpose in the game. That just doesn't make sense. So that's probably the biggest one for me. That would be my number 1 priority that I hope they change in the real game. Of course, there are other like smaller things as well, like the spawns. Of course, they have already acknowledged that there are issues with the spawns and they said they're going to work on it. So that's good news. But those are the 2 like main ones that I would say that I'd like to see addressed. I'll touch on the minimap real quick since I already kind of talked about it in my last video. Obviously, like I said, I would prefer a normal minimap, a square minimap, zoomed out, red dots show up, all, the regular stuff that we're used to. However, I have noticed like some advantages and disadvantages to the minimap they currently have. Like the disadvantages, sometimes even though I notice that someone might be shooting at me, or maybe they just killed a teammate right next to me, I turn around, I have to kind of like scan the area to look for them, because there's no red dot on the minimap obviously, so I don't know where they are. I just know like someone might be like to my side or behind me shooting at me, so it takes me a minute to like scan and try to find them, and sometimes I end up dying because I'm not not sure where exactly to look. So that obviously is a negative of red dots not showing up. But I pretty much benefit from this as well, because there's been a lot of times when I kind of flank the enemy team and there's like 2 or 3 of them in front of me, and I start shooting them and none of them turn around. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a bad player, you probably wouldn't even realize that I was there, right? And that's definitely the case a lot of the times. So like, I'll get a 2-piece or a 3-piece and they won't even turn around because they don't know I'm there because there's no red dot. So there's advantages and disadvantages. I can't really say whether or not it's helped me or hurt me more compared to a normal minimap. I think I've gotten both ends of that, so it's whatever. I'll take the minimap how it is, I guess, even though, like I said, I would prefer a normal minimap. Now, the final question, as I said, should you purchase this game? Well, I think it depends on the person and how you like to play Call of Duty. Obviously, the main thing about this game is it is kind of designed to encourage a slower play style. I think it's mainly because of the maps. That's probably the worst thing about this game, is I just don't think the maps are very good. Like, they're not horrible, but they're just not really good either. They're like slightly below average to like average at best. Maybe slightly above average would be the nicest rating I could give any of these maps. I think kill streaks really saved my personal gameplay experience, because this is the best Call of Duty for kill streaks that we've had in quite a long time. If this game had bad kill streaks, I probably wouldn't like it. It would probably be like a Ghost 2, because Ghost obviously didn't have like the greatest maps either. But in fact, I'd actually call this game like a Ghost with better kill streaks. That's like a fair way to describe this game. So if you like playing Ghost, you would probably like this game. And another way I thought I could describe it is calling it COD 4 with worse maps, and I guess better kill streaks as well. Even though COD 4 kill streaks are pretty good, especially for the time that it was released. But yeah, it's like COD 4, just with worse maps. So if you enjoyed COD 4, if you enjoyed Ghosts, I think you will enjoy this game. It will give you a similar gameplay experience, just from like the pace, the time to kill, how people play. This game just doesn't really encourage crazy like rushing and getting in people's faces like, Black Ops 2 or MW2. Although in MW2 you could camp or you could rush. Both playstyles were pretty effective. That's one of the few Call of Duties where it worked like that. But like Black Ops 2, MW3, games like that, like you could really get in people's faces and like go crazy in the spawns and stuff. This game, it just doesn't really encourage that. If you end up doing that, it might work sometimes. Other times it won't work, and it won't really even be your fault, you know what I mean? So it really leads to a lot of frustration and stuff. In this game, I think you got to pick your spots of when to be aggressive and when not to be aggressive, and I think that will help you. It will go a long way towards your gameplay. So yeah, I don't know if this was a good endorsement of the game or not. I mean, I don't really give a fuck if you play it or not. I'm not here to sell you on the game. I'm just gonna say I had fun with the game, but at the same time, I can see why some people might not be into it, and that's alright. We can all have different opinions. But if you like COD 4, if you like Ghosts, you would probably like this game, I would say. That's probably the most fair assessment that I could give you. So yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right.